Where's Glenn? Okay, all right. Yeah. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Evans.
Present.
Hurt.
Here.
Barnes. Here. Swanson. Here. Parker.
Here.
Pulis.
Here.
Healy.
Here.
And Mayor Harris.
Here. We will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and after that, please remain standing for a moment of silence.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item 5, awards, honors, presentations, officer swearing-in ceremony, and proclamations.
A, proclamation declaring May as Historic Preservation Month. Whereas the city of Rock Island is the oldest of the Quad Cities, and whereas the community is home to an impressive collection of historic buildings, sites, districts, structures, and objects, and whereas historic preservation is an effective tool for community and economic development that helps to revitalize both commercial and residential areas, and whereas historic preservation assists in sustainability efforts because, in the words of the former president of the American Institution of Architects, Carl Elefante, the greenest building is the one that is already built, and whereas the city continues to show a dedication to historic preservation with a recently approved nomination for the United States Housing Corporation Historic District on the National Register of Historic Places that recognizes the district's historic significance and will open new economic incentives for property owners, and whereas historic preservation is relevant for all communities across the nation, both urban and rural, and Americans of all ages, backgrounds, and walks of life, and whereas it is important to celebrate the role of history in our lives and the contributions made by dedicated individuals in helping to preserve tangible aspects of our collective heritage, and whereas the United States National Park Service has designated May as National Historic Preservation Month.
Now, therefore, I, Ashley Harris, Mayor of the City of Rock Island, do hereby proclaim May 2025 as Historic Preservation Month. In the city of Rock Island, and encourage all Rock Islanders to recognize the value of historic preservation within our city and our country. Dated this 19th day of May 2025.
I am Diana A. Strike. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I am Secretary of Rock Island Preservation Society and Chair of the Historic Preservation Commission. This is Alan Carmen. He is Treasurer of the Society and Vice Chair of the Commission. I think this is especially appropriate because it is almost 45 years since the city of Rock Island was actively involved in historic preservation. In 1981, Preservation Society was founded in the early spring. Later that fall, Mayor Jim Davis named a committee to draft a preservation ordinance to create the commission. We used professionals to do that, architects, lawyers, planners, geographers. But it was a success, and in 1984, the aldermen voted to approve that commission. It has been in effect since then. So thank you. We know that this is a great benefit to our community, and we hope that benefit will continue. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Alderman.
Proclamation declaring June 2nd, 2025, National Mississippi River Day. Proclamation. Whereas every day, 100, excuse me. Proclamation. Whereas the Mississippi River is one of our nation's most iconic and vital waterways, spanning approximately 2,350 miles from Minnesota to Louisiana, and uniting 10 mainstream states and 32 tribal states in its watershed. And whereas the Mississippi River has been deeply woven into the lives of indigenous people for thousands of years, sustaining communities through nourishment, travel, and trade, while also holding profound cultural, spiritual, and ancestral significance. And whereas the Mississippi River serves as a critical source of drinking water for over 20 million Americans, a vital habitat for diverse fish and wildlife, and a powerful economic engine supporting commerce, agriculture, tourism, and recreation. And whereas the river is the heart of migratory flyway for 60% of North America's bird species, provides habitat for at least 260 fish species, and sustains numerous amphibians, reptiles, and mammals, making it one of the world's most important ecological corridors. And the health of the Mississippi River, excuse me, let me get, okay, we're good now. The health of the Mississippi River is under threat from pollution, habitat loss, climate change, and other environmental stressors, which impact the communities, economies, and ecosystems that depend on it. And whereas protecting and restoring the Mississippi River requires collaborative across states, agencies, organizations, individuals, and communities to implement sustainable and regenerative conservation practices, restore wetlands and floodplains, and reduce agriculture and urban runoff to improve water quality. And whereas the Mississippi River connects millions of people, reflecting our shared history, culture, and responsibility to ensure its vitality for future generations. And whereas One Mississippi and its network of 75 organizations and 20,000 river citizens invite everyone to take action, whether through conservation efforts, advocacy, or simply enjoying the river and building community, especially during One Mississippi's River Day of Action, June 1st through 15th, when people across the region come together to restore, celebrate, and advocate for a healthier river. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Ashley Harris, Mayor of the City of Rock Island, do hereby proclaim June 2nd as National Mississippi River Day in the City of Rock Island, urging all people to celebrate, protect, and restore the Mississippi River and its watershed by participating in events, signing up for One Mississippi River Citizens, and taking action to safeguard this invaluable resource for generations to come. Dated this 19th day of May, 2025.
Thank you to the City of Rock Island and Council for this meaningful proclamation recognizing June 2nd as National Mississippi River Day. I am honored to accept it as Nina Struess, River Health and Resiliency Organizer with Prairie Rivers Network, a proud community member and partner of One Mississippi's 75-member organization Strong Mississippi River Network. As we heard in the proclamation reading, the Mississippi River is more than a waterway. It's a lifeline that sustains over 20 million Americans with drinking water, provides diverse wildlife habitats, drives our local and national economies, and holds deep cultural significance for many people and communities throughout its 2,350-mile journey and across its 1.2 million square miles watershed. This proclamation not only acknowledges the river's vital role in our lives, but also affirms our collective responsibility to protect and restore it. We invite everyone to continue making a difference by attending events and taking action during One Mississippi's River Days of Action, June 1st through the 15th, and you can learn more and get involved at MississippiRiver.org. In conclusion, thank you for standing with us to celebrate, protect, and act for a healthier, more resilient Mississippi River. Together, we are making a difference now and for future generations.
Thank you. Item 5C, proclamation declaring June 6, 2025 as National Gun Violence Awareness Day. Proclamation. Whereas every day, 125 people in the United States are killed by gun violence and more than 260 are shot and wounded, with an average of more than 19,000 gun homicides every year. And whereas people in the United States are 26 times more likely to die by gun homicide than people in other high-income countries. And whereas gun homicides and assaults are concentrated in cities, with more than half of all gun homicides in the nation occurring in 42 cities. And whereas cities across the nation, including Rock Island, are working to end the senseless violence with evidence-based solutions. And whereas protecting public safety in the communities they serve as are mayor's highest responsibilities. And whereas support for the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens goes hand in hand with keeping guns away from those who are a danger to themselves and others. And whereas mayors, council members, and law enforcement officers in partnership with local violence intervention activists and resources know their communities best and are most familiar with local criminal activity and how to address it, and are best positioned to understand how to keep these citizens safe. And whereas gun violence prevention is more important than ever as we see gun violence continue to impact communities across the country. Whereas in June 2023, Hadiah Pendleton was tragically shot and killed at age 15. And on June 6, 2025, to recognize the 28th birthday of Hadiah Pendleton, born June 2nd, 1997, people across the United States will recognize National Gun Violence Awareness Day and wear orange to contribute to, 1, Hadiah Pendleton and other victims of gun violence, and 2, the loved ones of those victims. And whereas the idea was inspired by a group of Hadiah's friends who asked their classmates to commemorate her life by wearing orange. They chose this color because hunters wear orange to announce themselves to other hunters when out in the woods. And orange is a color that symbolizes the value of human life. And whereas anyone can join this campaign by pledging to wear orange on June 6th, the first Friday in June 2025, to help raise awareness about gun violence. And, whereas, by wearing orange on June 6, 2025, people across the United States will raise awareness about gun violence and honor the lives of gun violence victims and survivors. And whereas, we renew our commitment to reduce gun violence and pledge to do all we can to keep firearms out of the hands of people who should not have access to them, and encourage responsible gun owners to help keep our families and communities safe. Now, therefore, be it resolved, I, Ashley Harris, Mayor of the City of Rock Island, declare June 6, 2025 to be National Gun Violence Awareness Day. In the City of Rock Island, I encourage all citizens to support their local community's efforts to prevent the tragic effects of gun violence and to honor the value of human lives. Dated this 19th day of May, 2025.
Hi, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. I'm Robin McConnell, retired teacher. Have a big passion for this topic. So thank you so much for declaring this proclamation. I do represent Moms Demand Action, if anyone wants to know about it. We're online and all over social media. So God bless. And wear orange on those weekends to celebrate Hadiah Pendleton, who passed away way too young. Thank you.
Okay, item 6, public comments. Okay. We have a Mr. Jack Cullen.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, staff. Thanks for the opportunity to speak tonight. I am here on behalf of the Rock Island Downtown Alliance to speak in support of an item on the consent agenda tonight. It is the request from the QC Farmers Market for a weekly road closure of the 1800 block of 2nd Avenue. This is the city's new festival street that has been renovated as part of the larger Rebuild Downtown Rock Island project. And here in celebration of that, because it represents a milestone, not only for that project, but for the ongoing revitalization efforts that we are all focused on in the downtown. The QC Farmers Market has been in operation in Schwiebert Riverfront Park since August of 2021, and this move to the core of downtown, where the city has invested millions of dollars over the past year to create an event-friendly festival street on this block of 2nd Avenue, complete with 28-foot wide sidewalks, decorative lighting, signage, public art, patios for restaurants and bars in the area, and the farmers market will be the newest addition to this exciting shared space in the heart of our community. Patrons should expect a variety of food-focused, homegrown items, and each week, Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon, we'll have additional activities in the adjacent green lawn that is also part of the renovations to that part of downtown. We'll have yard games, and once a month, we'll be partnering with the market for a second Saturday on 2nd Avenue event, where we'll have live music and family-friendly activities, really trying to create an exciting, positive, and welcoming environment as we take on this next chapter of the downtown. I want to give a special shout out to the founders of the QC Farmers Market for their belief in bringing the market here to Rock Island, Ian Forsland and Hannah Harris, who are in the audience here tonight. Thank you for your investment in Rock Island. And for sharing our vision for an exciting chapter ahead in downtown. I also want to give a thank you to Alderman Dylan Parker of the 5th Ward for being an advocate of this partnership. He also serves on the board of the QC Farmers Market and has been an integral part in helping to bring the market to the core of downtown. So with that, just wanted to, again, celebrate here tonight that move of the market to our downtown. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Travis Morrison.
Thank you for listening to me. Honor to the mayor and the council members. Before I put my name on that, I hadn't talked to my councilman yet, but he told me everything should be okay, but I'm talking about the vacation of the 20th Avenue and 46th Street. You know, I'm right on the border of Moline and Rock Island. And I got a lot of traffic come through there, you know, so I'm trying to get some areas so I secure my house, you know, because we got a lot of transits that's coming over from Stevens Park, you know, and they come out there and sit, ride bikes through there, mopeds and everything else, you know, and the police, they've been patrolling it lately, you know, but it's a hassle, you know. So he said I was supposed to vote on it tonight, so I ain't got that much to say. Plus, I'm a truck driver. I just got off of work. I don't have too much to say. It's my bedtime. All right.
Thank you, sir. Okay, item number 7, update Rock Island. Get ready to swim. Whitewater Junction will open for the 2025 season on Saturday, May 24th. Grab your swimsuit and head out Memorial Day weekend with your family and friends to Whitewater Junction. Splash down the water slides, relax on the lounge chairs by the pool, and enjoy one of the many water features. Whitewater Junction is a 0-depth to 9-foot deep pool featuring 4 water slides, a tot slide, splash features, and fun for the whole family. Memorial Day schedules. Garage, yard waste, and recycling collection will be delayed by 1 day throughout the week of Memorial Day holiday, and the City of Rock Island offices will be closed on Memorial Day, Monday, May 26th. Click it or ticket. Buckle up Memorial Day and every day. The Rock Island Police Department is reminding drivers to buckle up as part of the National Click It or Ticket campaign. This high visibility seatbelt enforcement initiative runs from May 15th to May 22nd. Coinciding with the Memorial Day holiday, a key focus of the Click It or Ticket campaign is nighttime enforcement, as Illinois crash data indicates higher rates of unrestrained fatalities at night. Attention 4th Ward residents. 4th Ward Alderwoman Jenny Swanson is holding a town hall meeting on Tuesday, June 3rd at 6 p.m. at Watts Midtown Library, 2715 30th Street, Rock Island. I myself, Mayor Harris, will be present to help answer questions for residents of the 1st Ward. Okay. Looking for mine. Here we go. All right. Okay, item 8.
8A, report from the Public Works Department regarding the sewer use ordinance local limit updates, second reading.
Motion to pass the ordinance.
I have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Hurt?
Aye.
Barnes?
Aye.
Swanson? Aye. Parker?
Aye.
Pulis?
Aye.
Healy?
Aye.
Evans?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 9A.
Report for the Community Development Department regarding a partial street vacation of 20th Avenue East of 46th Street, first reading.
Motion to approve the vacation and consider the ordinance.
Second.
I have a first and a second. Is there any discussion?
I would like to thank staff for all their work on this. Thank you.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Hurt?
Aye.
Barnes?
Aye.
Swanson? Aye. Parker?
Aye.
Pulis?
Aye.
Healy?
Aye.
And Evans.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 9B.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding a rate increase for residential refuse and yard waste service, first reading.
Motion to postpone until the first meeting in August to consider, for additional consideration and recommendations provided by staff.
Second.
I have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Hurt?
Aye.
Barnes?
Aye.
Swanson? Aye. Parker?
No.
Pulis?
Aye.
Healy? Aye. And Evans.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 9C.
Report from the Legal Department regarding changes to the street fee ordinance, first reading.
Motion to consider the amendments to the ordinance. Second.
I have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Hurt?
Aye.
Barnes?
Aye.
Swanson?
Aye.
Parker?
Aye.
Pulis?
Aye.
Healy?
Aye.
And Evans.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 9D.
Report from administration regarding amendments to Article 18, Sale, Possession of Tobacco Products, first reading.
Motion to consider the amendments to the ordinance.
Second.
I have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Hurt?
Aye.
Barnes?
Aye.
Swanson? Aye. Parker?
Aye.
Pulis?
Aye.
Healy? And Evans.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 10A.
Consent agenda items A through D.
Motion to approve consent agenda items A through D.
Second.
I have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Hurt?
Aye.
Barnes?
Aye.
Swanson? Aye. Parker?
Aye.
Pulis?
Aye.
Healy?
Aye.
And Evans.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 11A.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding payment to Valley Construction Company, Rock Island, Illinois, in the amount of $10,147.69 for an emergency water main repair at 18th Street and First Avenue.
Move to approve the claim.
I have a first and a second. Is there any discussion?
Due to the nature of my employment, I need to recuse myself from this vote.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Hurt?
Aye.
Barnes?
Aye.
Swanson? Aye. Pulis?
Aye.
Healy?
Aye.
And Evans.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 12.
12A, report from the Mayor's Office regarding the appointment of Mayor Pro Tem.
Motion to elect Alderperson Pulis as Mayor Pro Tem through May 2026.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay. Roll call.
Alderperson Hurt?
Aye.
Barnes?
Aye.
Swanson?
Aye.
Parker?
Aye.
Pulis?
Abstain.
Healy?
Aye.
And Evans.
Aye.
Motion carries.
12B, report from the Mayor's Office regarding appointments to the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center Board.
Motion to approve the appointments as recommended.
Second.
I have a first and a second. Is there any discussion?
Due to the nature of this, I need to abstain.
Clerk, call the roll.
Alderperson Hurt?
Aye.
Barnes?
Aye.
Swanson?
Aye.
Parker?
Aye.
Pulis?
Aye.
And Healy.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 13A.
Report from the City Clerk's Office regarding requests from the Broadway to close 3rd Avenue between 21st and 22nd Streets, close 22nd Street between 4th Avenue and the alley north of 3rd Avenue, and close the alley between 22nd and 21st Streets and 3rd and 4th Avenues for a bike and car show on Saturday, June 28, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and a request for the outdoor consumption of alcohol in the fenced-in area in the adjacent parking lot.
Move to approve the requests as recommended, subject to complying with all liquor license regulations and subject to being shut down early if complaints are received.
I have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Hurt.
Aye.
Barnes.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
And Evans.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 14. Is there any new business or any other items members want to discuss?
Mr. Mayor, just a note that that back order, it did not show up in the report upcoming for the holiday weekend, but the back order games are starting their season with free water ski shows every Sunday and Wednesday.
Okay.
So the community is always invited.
All right.
Bring your kids, lots of kids. We love them.
All right. Did everybody get that? Can you repeat it, sir?
Yes, the local water ski team, Backwater Gamblers, has been supported by the city council and by the city, and they are starting their 2025 season on, well, Memorial Day, and will go through September. A free show every Sunday and Wednesday afternoon, or Wednesday evenings at 6:30, 44th Street and the Rock River. And families are welcome. There is no charge to get in.
Sounds like fun. Thank you, sir. Okay. Item 15, closed session.
15A, 5 ILCS 122C11, litigation when an action against affecting or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds an action is probable or imminent, in which case the basis for the finding shall be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed meeting.
Move to enter into closed sessions for the cited exception.
All in favor? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We